What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about that Jenna Ortega interview for Scream 6. Goes over a few it goes over new information in a sense, but she talks about a couple different things. She brings up Nev, and that's an important part of this interview, and she also talks, I guess, in the same kind of sentence about the action and gore in this movie. And so basically, she talks about how the movie's going to do Nev and Sidney Prescott justice. She's going to be brought up, right? They're going to kind of reference that, which is good, and I think they kind of need to do something like that. You need to explain why in the 6th movie, when you've had the character in the other 5, where is that character? What is she up to? Why is she not being attacked or, whatever? So that's good that they're going to mention it, but in the same sentence as that, she talks about how it's going to be so action heavy and gore heavy that you may be distracted, that it may actually be a distraction for us, the viewers, throughout the movie. Now, you can read that a couple different ways, right? The one way that I guess you could maybe say is like worrying is like, is it so action and gore heavy that it lacks anything else? And that's like extremely pessimistic, right? Of course, I want to touch upon it. I can't let this video go without being a little controversial, but I think it's probably more... this is how I would read it, at least based off Jenna, right? Is that she probably is excited for that aspect of it. Maybe that's actually what Tara, as a character, participates in the most in the film. That's what I would imagine, that she's maybe impressed or, whatever it happens to be, but that there is so much action and gore that people are going to find to be fun. Now, we talked about it before. The gore thing, I can honestly take it or leave it. Now, I'm a pretty rare breed, right? Like, I love Scream and I cover Scream, but I don't really watch or care for many other horror films. I'll tell you, I don't go to see Scream for gore. With that being said, like, if it's present, it's fine. The action, right? The action part, to me, probably means like chases, objects being thrown, or like a transfer, a little bit of a confrontation between Ghostface and a victim. That's kind of what I would imagine action. There's really no other way I'd imagine it being. Now, of course, in a Scream movie, you gotta have the other aspects of it. Again, she could just be so into that part, but it is something at least to bring up where it's like, we're going to be distracted so much because it keeps going with action and gore that we're not going to be thinking about Sidney. I guess that's fine. We should be thinking about the characters present, though. So as long as we're thinking about those characters, that'll be fine. So hopefully that's what she means. And that's the crux of, I'd say, the interview. The other part's just talking about how she feels like a family when she's on set with Hayden and Melissa and Jasmine and all of them. She really likes, being there. I really do wonder about her character. I'm going to make a video specifically on Tara's character because as time has gone on, more and more people have continued to suggest in my other videos that maybe Tara really could go. And thinking about it, it's like, I definitely don't want her to. But I think if you're going to do something bold, killing Tara may actually be more bold than killing Sam in some ways. So I want to talk about that in a future video. Again, good to keep Sidney mentioned and alive in the universe. Beyond that, she says like she doesn't really think she should talk about it much because it's not really her place or her character to talk about. But, I imagine Gail or Sam, probably one of the two, or maybe Tara brings it up as like a third party kind of mention. It would make the most sense for Sam or Gail to bring up Sidney's name and talk about it. Or even, I guess, Kirby would make kind of a little bit of sense if Kirby's back in, everybody else is in, she's, hey, where's Sidney, right? I still want to hold out hope that at the very least they set it up that she can come back in 7. Whether you need to use her as like an end credit thing in 6 or not, whatever. But I do want her, obviously, to be, I think a lot of people want to see her at least in 7. So we'll see how that goes. But the action and gore, that's interesting. The action, to me, tells me there's going to be more confrontations with Ghostface, more excitement in that way, which is good because a lot of that's really probably one of the weakest things in Scream 5, right? Like Wes's death, and that was probably more towards like the gory side, right? But very little in terms of confrontation. All the deaths, really, you think of like Judy, all the deaths were very quick. Like Dewey had the most, like it was a fight, it was a brawl, it had multiple stages, and then eventually, he dies. But the rest of them, Wes, kind of like a one and done thing, right? Vince, one and done. Even like Sam, when she's attacked in the hospital, one very, very small scene, she's running, she's out of there. You know what I mean? So to kind of expand that, which I think a lot of people really want them to do, that's definitely good. But I wonder, will they take it to the extreme where it's too action-packed? Because another issue, 5 had several, problems in it when you really think about it. Things were very fast in a way because deaths kind of just happen. And yes, in this movie, 6, it's good if you kind of stretch it out. But on the flip side, another issue with 5 is lack of time with certain characters. Liv, Amber, there's some of them that, even Wes, you don't really spend a lot of time with. And so, yeah, in 6, if the scenes are longer, the kills are longer, that's exciting. It definitely, it improves an aspect of the film easily. But if you still don't spend any time with that character, if there's too many characters in this movie, that still is an issue. And I wonder if you can have it both ways. You're kind of asking two somewhat different things, and you want them to both happen, right? Which is maybe a little difficult to pull off. I think you can do it, personally. I think it's possible, and we'll see if they're able to nail it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my links are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.